Drill number two, we'll do with everyone, but this one we will break down into a little bit based upon position groupings. And this one's all about leverage fits on ball carrier and tracking a ball carrier, and then adjusting to what our teammates are doing around us. So our deeper level guys adjusting to the fit that happens from the players in front of them. This is one of those drills that we really feel is going to help us with position versatility. We're able to move some guys around, cross-train them in this. It helps with our depth as far as kids at least understanding the skills necessary in order to play a different position. As coaches, we can easily manipulate it. So I'll kind of show you what the setup is, but how then we can adjust that on the fly without losing time to adjust for certain fits we might want to see from a player that week. And then again, it's something we're going to be able to get lots of reps in a short period of time. So that team shed drill, typically we're getting a rep every 5 to 6 seconds. Similar thing going on here with our team leverage. So again, I'll show you the setup for this one and then get into some film with it. So basically how this one is going to work is we're going to typically do this in about a 10-yard box. And we're going to have one ball carrier who's going to be set up down here. We'll have some on-deck guys waiting there for it. We're going to have a heel line player, which is typically going to be our defensive lineman, maybe our flex linebackers a little bit. We're going to have our inside force players, which is going to be most of our linebackers playing that. A couple of our secondary guys will rotate in there as well. We'll have our alley player, which is typically going to be our deep safeties. We'll have our contain players, which is typically going to be our deep corners. And then we'll have our outside force guys, which is typically going to be our linebackers, strong safeties, corners that will rotate there. And then our kids will bounce around between these different positions. So if I'm a defensive lineman, but I'm also going to play some flex linebacker, they're going to take some reps back here as well. As a corner, I may work here. As a deep contain guy, I may come up here and work some outside force. I may come in here and work a little bit of the alley look as well. So it's an easy way for us to move the kids around, get them into some different spots. Again, to help create some of that positional depth, get them working at those different skills that they got to be able to do at multiple positions. The drill will start on our defensive lineman. So he's going to fire out and move his feet. As soon as he does that, this ball carrier is going to go. He can run anywhere in between this 10-yard window, and he's got to finish fast all the way through the red line. He can juke, he can move, he can do all that stuff. And then as ball carriers, as defenders, we're just going to touch hips on our leverage side. That way our second and third level guys are getting their appropriate fits versus some speed that we can get in this drill because of that. And then as I mentioned, as coaches, we can manipulate this one pretty easily as far as moving guys around, but also not having everyone go at the same time. So if we're going to be a team that we're going to be in space against, and maybe we want this deep safety to get some open field work, we may tell some of our other guys not to go, and maybe it's just him and a defensive lineman on that one within the drill. But that's something we can easily adjust and manipulate based upon what we have going on that week. All right, so film with this one. I'll show you here. So this is going to be our defensive lineman right here. He's going to be the one starting the drill, so he's going to fire out. And then once this ball carrier moves, he's going to work the heel line. Here's our ball carrier. This would be our outside force guy, our inside force guy. Because of our rotation here, we have a contain guy up in this first one, and then we'll have our alley player back here. So you're going to see he's going to be sprinting, working. This day we told him for the ball carrier, he's got to get through this white line back here. So again, defensive lineman fires out, starts it. Rest of the guys are working downhill, getting into their run fits. You can see how they're quickly moving to those next spots. Here we set this one up. This is one I was talking about. So this week we knew our deep safety back here was going to have to make some plays in space. So we had our other guys take this rep off so he could get some work in the open field. Doesn't change anything he's doing, just makes it a little bit more difficult because of the space. And you can see here, this first clip, we're getting through 4 clips in about 20 seconds. So we're able to get a rep in about every 5 seconds with this. Here's just another angle of it. So there's our ball carrier, our defensive lineman guys right here. Here's our inside force, our outside force, our contain, and then our alley players right back here. So see, the guys are cutting, running, working to try and get through that deep line. One of the other things we like about this, as far as keeping the contact out of it, is it helps with the speed of things. Our ball carriers are a little more willing to just run, kind of some of these skinny corners, knowing that they're not going to get hit. So it gives us more game-like speed than what we get otherwise with it. And again, you're seeing how quickly we can get through a lot of reps with this, how we're working the leverage pieces. Here we got a pretty big group with this today because this is the playoffs. We had some of our younger guys up with us. Typically here, the wait time may not be quite as long. Line's not quite as big as what you're seeing. But again, this is going to be what we call our leverage fit drill, just kind of working these run fits from different angles. We can adjust which guys are going to give it different looks. The setup that we have, we can widen the cones, we can deepen the cones. There's a lot of different ways you can create some variance in this and still work these good run fit pieces to it.